The memory of that day at the lake was becoming more and more like a dream when, after awakening, the image becomes more and more faded. Could it be that the memories were a figment of the mind? Had I been the one that hurt my sister? I had always envied her, and now I had taken her identity. I experienced a suffocating pattern of thoughts. I decided to go straight to the lake to retrieve the film rolls. They would tell a different story, I was sure. But deep down, I kept hoping they would confirm my fading memory. Of course the door is locked. The keys aren't hanging on the lock as usual, then they will be in Daddy's study. We live in fear now. My parents are not going to let me go to the lake anymore after Martha's death. So this is the right time. I need to know. The self-doubt I feel is eating me up.
Новая глава, кассета с пленкой. Так, в тот же день. Так, что у нас тут? Ни хрена себе фэпосов сколько. Так. Ну, фэпосов что-то прям вообще ультра до хрена, ребят. Ультра до хрена фэпосов. Почему-то 139. Это жестко. В общем, из стримера я переделался в летсплеера, получается, потому что... Ну, просто потому что... Стримы не работают, не знаю, в чем там проблема. В моем ПК не знаю, там вирус подхватил, что там случилось, я не знаю. Даже и близко не знаю, что там произошло. В общем, выкладываю просто записи теперь. Вот. Ни больше, ни меньше. Вот 60 кадров, 60 фэпосов. Так. О, фризы жесткие. Ну, понимаете, то 150 фэпосов, то 50, то 20. Ну, что это такое? Оптимизации, конечно, нет. Ни хрена. Вещи папы. Военные карты. Я слышала, что войска бросят все свои силы, там что-то там бла-бла-бла, не успел прочитать. Что это такое?
Here's the camera flash. Now I can photograph Martha even in the dark.
Dark, dark. Even in the dark. А это что? Even in the dark. О, смотрите, они спят.
I shouldn't risk it really, but I love watching them sleep. It's the only time they are together and not fighting.
Угу. Так. Ну.
I don't have the courage to use the phone. Not right now.
Так. Что надо сделать-то? Дух на фотографии. Сфотографировать Марту. Отправиться к озеру. О, так. Угу.
July 18th. Everything has changed. I feel like a different person. The best part of me left with Martha. My enthusiasm, my desire to live, and the will to joke around. I find myself alone, left to my own devices, confused with no desire or expectations. I was handling the cameras at the lake and there was a floating body on the water. I don't remember what I was doing before. Yet another memory lapse. That lifeless body was Martha's, my sister. Mummy ran up to me and hugged me, thinking I was Martha, and that I, Julia, was dead. I didn't correct her mistake, and now it's too late. If they find out I have been fooling everyone, I don't even want to think about it. I feel terribly guilty pretending to be Martha, pretending to be deaf. I took the photo for Martha's frame. I know it's too late now, and I felt incredible pain placing the picture. I said goodbye to her forever in that moment. I realized she was gone, and there was no going back. I must do one thing for Martha. I must find out what happened. The partisans couldn't have killed her. That's just ridiculous. Lapo is my friend, and he is one of them. He loved us so much. We know all of them, so it's just impossible.
Окей. Как скажешь. Да, ну, когда, в принципе, я читал про эту игру на форумах, да, там писали, что оптимизация говно. Ну, так оно и есть, в принципе. Ну, ни одной игры нормально не выходит в плане оптимизации. Ну, просто ни одной. Вот, это тоже не исключение. Такие фризы, ну, посмотрите, то 150 кадров, то 50. Ну, что это? Куда это? Конечно, пипец. Но графон заебись. Хоть что-то радует. Ты хотя бы понимаешь более-менее, что, ну, более-менее тормозит, блять. Нормально. Что тут?
I don't have the courage to use the phone. Not right now.
Угу. Страшно. Вырубай. Ну. Сейчас как какая-нибудь хуйня закричит, блять. Блять, это еще и тормозит. Страшно нахуй. Так. Да, блядь, да что ж такие тормоза-то ебунистические. 23 кадра, вы чё, ёбнутые? Это что за хуйня, блядь? 150 кадров, потом 23. Вообще ебанутые. А подожди, а можно тут как-то зажечь что-то? Я что-то не понимаю. Что тут делать-то надо? Вот. Ну. Осмотреть фотоаппарат. Все нормально? Что бейс? Что такое бейс? Сильвер. Ну давайте сильвер. Так. Убрать в сумку. Нихуя не вижу, блять. Показать панель настроек. Подождите. Выдержка диафрагма. Ну и чё? Ебать тормоза, ребят, это просто одище какой-то. Ну и? Что это? Выдержка. Чё за хуета? Фотоаппарат, как мне? Я не вижу нихуя. Что, блядь? Я нихуя не вижу, блядь. Как это сделать вообще? Че, они еще ёбнутые, что ли, блядь? Да что за хуйня? Да что за хуйня? Почему так управление такое ёбищное, блядь? Ёб твою мать. Сфотографировать Марту. Думаю, на столе должна быть хоть одна. Но я прочитал. Так. Отправиться к озеру. Фотографировать Марту. А как сфотографировать-то, блядь? Вы чё, ебанутые, что ли? А как сфоткать-то? Ёбаный в рот, блядь. Ну это ж ничего ж не видно-то, ёб твою мать, блядь. Вы чё, совсем ёбанулись нахуй? Да не видно ж нихуя, ёбаный ты в рот. Идите нахуй, короче, блядь. Пизду, не буду я ее фоткать. Пизду, темень нахуй, ебейшая просто. Ёб твою мать, вот это тормоза, ёб твою мать. Куда меня поворачивает? Вот вы не поверите, в игре очень, ну вот ворочаешь камерой, чувствительность, ну, довольно слабая. То есть тебе нужно прям полковра практически повернуть там, ну, грубо говоря, да, чтобы вот так вот камеру вращать. Но вот когда фрезы, вот малейший там миллиметр движения, ты сразу на 360 градусов поворачиваешься по какой-то причине, я не знаю почему. Дичь полная, конечно. Так, а где, блядь, подождите, где... А, вот. Подождите, озеро. А где озеро? А где озеро? А где озеро? Где озеро, блядь, ебаное? Вообще непонятно. Где озеро может быть?
The forest is very dark. Lighter will not be enough.
Лучше зажечь
Better
лампу.
to use the gas lamp.
А где она, дорогая? Где лампа? Обычно ее легко найти, она должна быть где-то у входа. А раньше бьет твою душу, бога мать, блядь. Что за... Ух, ебать мой хуй, вот это вот тормоза, блядь. Ебать. Вот это тормоза. Ебать. Ой, ебать. А, вот она. Вот это да. Вот, и вот FPS стабилизировался сейчас. Блять, у меня такое стойкое, знаете, впечатление, что это как будто бы майнер какой-то словил, да? Хотя, с другой стороны, мы имеем дело с играми, которые разрабатывались последние там 2 с лишним года, ну, около 2 лет, давайте так, это, на этом остановимся, около 2 лет, в период корона. Короче, то есть это означает, что все сидели дома, вот, и какой-то такой слаженной работы у них не было. Они и так, в принципе, эту работу спустя рукава делали, насколько я могу
I
судить.
love the night, but this
Так.
night scares me. In the dark, I can feel all the harm I've caused. It's getting closer with each step. I feel it brushing up against me like a cold wind. I hurt Martha. The closer I get to the lake, the more certain I am of this. How could it not be? I killed her to steal the love that everyone felt for her but didn't feel for me.
О, Даня.
How could I have done such a thing?
О, немецкая каска. Да ладно. Так. Объект в кадре. Выдержка. А, вот. Слишком темное фото. А как я могу Диафрагма. О! Слишком темная. Вы что, ебанутые, что ли? Что это? Вспышка. А, вот вспышка. Во! Фото с хорошим освещением. Скрыть настройки. Так. Некорректно. Так. Слишком темная. А, понял. Вот четкое фото. Есть.
German soldiers. Daddy ordered patrols to be carried out near the house, but how could they have lost a helmet? God only knows.
Да. Интересно. Это что? Вообще странная хуйня на самом деле. Что она посреди леса делает?
Oh no! Damn lamp! Luckily I still have my lighter with me.
Ох, ё. Вы видели?
The cameras are somewhere around here.
Ну. Ой, блядь, ой, блядь. Ой, фризит, конечно. Вот он, фотоаппарат первый.
Two cameras left.
Осталось 2 камеры еще. Ни хрена ты, девочка, даешь, блядь. Так, а
A
это
shred
что?
of fabric here in the woods. How strange. Let's take a photo of it. One more camera to collect.
Давай. Так. Объект в кадре. Размытое фото. Четкое фото.
How could it have ended up here? It looks familiar.
Че за звуки, блядь? Ну? Там на озере, да? Он сказал, типа, ну, фотоаппарата на озере. На озере. И чё мы, типа... Да что-то такое, блядь, почему она не может его просто перешагнуть, это ёбаное говно, блядь. Просто пиздец какой-то. Ну, на каждую тычинку, ёпта, натыкается. Ну. Сука, блядь, как же ты заебала. Ну, туда явно мы не сможем пойти, да? Насколько я понял. Ну ладно, хуй с ней, давайте пойдем туда. Вон, что там за огни? Интересно. Ладно, хуй с тобой, давай. Идем по тропинке сюда. Ну это ж путь назад получается. Ну, там была еще одна развилка. Вот тут вот недалеко, по-моему. Блять, ебаные тормоза, блять, просто одище нахуй. Видите, меня опять развернуло в другую сторону абсолютно. Хотя я должен был вот сюда пойти. Это из-за фризов такая хуйня. То есть тебя разворачивает, ну, можно сказать, на 360 градусов. Ты можешь потом потеряться даже вообще. Вот. Ёбаный ты в рот, блядь. И... Да, бля. Так. Да, короче, технические сложности, вот эти вот технические разные огрехи, помехи последние 2 года дичайше преследуют геймеров, короче, по всему миру. Оно и раньше было, я вам хочу сказать, не очень хорошо. Ну, по факту, да. Вот, тоже все было забагованное, так, но это в принципе чинилось более-менее относительно быстро. Вот, как бы. И носила все-таки не такой характер, то есть, ну, не массовый, только некоторые там кто-то, какие-то игры выпускались, как бы, да, там, ну, какая-то часть, а сейчас прям вот любая игра, вот, что не выходит, она выходит сырой. И вот эта вот хуйня, вот эти вот подергивания постоянные вот эти, это, ну, максимально раздражает. Вот. А, вот он еще один, да? А как-то я его проебал, даже мимо него прошел. И проебал. Дальше что? Ну.
That's it. I've got them all.
И что?
These films are going to help me understand what happened. Now I should rush home to develop them.
Ага, понятно. А ты не могла сюда прийти днем, например, а не ночью? Ты что, ебанутая, блядь? Скажи мне. Какого ты хуя ночью, блядь, шляешься? Ебанашка, блядь. Вот, и фонарь, ну, видите, фонарь умирает, нахуй. О, блядь. Страшно, вырубай. Так. Это место не похоже на то, где мы шли. От слова совсем. Сейчас опять она будет впереди, нахуй. Ёб твою мать, что происходит? Ёб твою мать. Тут даже жать ничего не надо. Она сама идет. Автосохранение выполнено. О, смотрите-ка, мы пришли домой. Сейчас она туда выпрыгнет, нахуй. Что мне делать-то надо, ёпта? Блять, тормоза. Так. Она обоссалась, что ли? Что это такое? Черви. Выглядит правдеподобно. О, даже сиськи есть. Там личинус. Ну. И что дальше? Ну, как-нибудь мы можем что-то сделать? Вообще, что-то мы можем сделать? Что происходит? Ёбаный бабаный, блин.
Oh, yet another nightmare. She entered my dreams once more. Maybe she wants to talk to me. What am I saying? Fairy tales coming true. Yet I feel... No, these are the thoughts of a crazy person, and I'm not crazy.
Person. Crazy person. О, руки в крови. Что, не месячные, что ли? Ох, ё.
Oh, damn it, what's all this blood? I'm not due yet, and there's a lot more than usual.
Ни
What's
хрена себе.
happening to me? Am I going to be joining Martha sooner than I thought? I have to wash up and do what needs to be done. If I'm sick, I have little time. The truth awaits me. It must be hidden within those rolls.
Хуя, блять, отвратительно нахуй. Новая глава. Лес. 3 дня со смерти Марты. Так. Что нам надо сделать? Газета. Прочесть газету за 19 июля. Так, дух на фотографии. Сфотографировать Марту. Проявить пленку. Сменить нижнее белье, взять сумку с фотоаппаратом и пленкой одеться. Блять, конечно, жесть. Где? Ага, вот она.
What am I thinking? I would stain my clothes with blood.
Ну, а ванна нужна где-то, да? Кувшина. Где пизду подмыть надо? Где? Какой... А, вот тут пизду можно помыть. Так, хорошо. О, вот, поехали. Это как надо садиться туда, интересно? О май гад, фу. Отвратительно.
That's better. But I still don't understand all of that blood. That's never happened to me before. But I'm not going to tell my doctor. Otherwise he'll make me stay in bed and rest. It's very rude, but I could pick up the phone and listen to their conversation.
How are you doing today, Rennie?
I'm worried, Father. Very worried. We found more partisan tracks in the woods, right next to the house. That Lapo, I suspect he may be involved in the death of...
No, please don't say that. It's not possible. I know the boy and I don't...
Father, anything is possible in these dark times. Anything. That boy didn't even come to say goodbye to Julia. Didn't they love each other dearly?
He must be terribly scared, and Julia always used to say that.
Yeah, sure, she used to say they were just friends, but you know too, right? Friends are not supposed to do such things, Father. Or are they? But anyway, you're defending them both. You, my husband, and even the nanny who, deep down, is a good woman.
The nanny. I believe the nanny is the one who hurt Julia. With her evil passion for those cards, they are cursed things. I hope you made them disappear.
Of course. I keep them safe in my room. Anyway, you must forgive me, Father. I have to go. They've come to pick me up. Have a good day.
You too.
Lapo's involved in Martha's death. My mother is losing her mind again. How could anyone even imagine such nonsense? And Don Attilio, he is a great friend, but what a weird view. Those cards are just a game, but most importantly, they're mine. Why on earth did they take them from me?
Following the dramatic news from the countryside, Archbishop Toccarelli will protest with the French in the city for the raping being committed by invading troops. New ordinance for the safety of citizens. From this moment on, it is forbidden for anyone to leave their homes and walk the streets of San Cassiano. All windows, including cellars, house entrances, and doorways, must remain closed night and day. The population are advised to stay in their cellars, or, where these do not exist, churches and other large buildings. The patrols of German armed forces have orders to shoot at people who are on the street, or who are found looking out of their windows. I shall repeat for clarity. New ordinance for the safety of citizens. From this moment on, it is forbidden for anyone to leave their homes and walk the streets of San Cassiano. All windows, including cellars, house entrances, and doorways, must remain closed night and day. The population are advised to stay in their cellars, or, where these do not exist, churches and other large buildings. The patrols of German armed forces have orders to shoot at people who are on the street, or who are found looking out of their windows.
Ну, отлично.
General Edict K. New rules on curfew and women's behavior. German command of S. Vincenzo Attori. Telephone number 1185. .25 ISO film. When the sun is high in the sky, it's perfect. The radio needs to be kept on at all times these days. It can save your life knowing things on time, especially before they happen. Nets for catching butterflies, poor creatures. I had so much fun with them.
Что это за ублюдство? Ну тут, конечно, шейдерами намазали, блядь, стул. Но ни херово так. И?
Dear Mother, this is hard, but I have something to tell you. I found out that Julia is pregnant. Go to the lake tomorrow morning at 7 and watch her as she bathes. You'll see that her tummy is growing. Martha. What? I'm not pregnant. Why is everything becoming even more confusing? I'm searching for an explanation, but instead I'm left with more questions. cards. Nanny and I always used to play with them. She would predict my future and I pretended to predict hers. The future was always good for everyone. Maybe when she read them, she saw my true future, which she hid from me. Or more likely, these cards are actually just a stupid game to reassure and deceive oneself with. But deceiving oneself is sometimes necessary. How can we live happily otherwise? Romola, 15th of July 1944. Dear Mrs. Irene, I'm writing to let you know that all is well here at the villa. Thank you for being so considerate and caring. I apologize for the simplicity of the housing you were forced to live in. I also locked the room where the little one used to stay as requested. I've left you the key. It is the one with the pink keyring. Try to stay safe. Best regards, Nanny. Why on earth did Mummy have that door locked? It was my room. What is she trying to hide? Pervertin again. I feel like these pills do nothing other than agitate her. There are more and more weapons around, and everyone is scared after what happened.
Блять, ну и тормоза, конечно.
This is Mummy's jewelry. She wears them every day, even though Daddy says it's impractical and dangerous to show signs of wealth these days. As usual, she doesn't want to listen to reason and ends up arguing with Daddy until he goes to play war, as she says. The Superior Commander of the German Federal Armed Forces announces 1. Whoever is in possession of weapons or explosives not reported to the German headquarters will be shot. 2. Whoever harbors bandits and or protects them and provides them with clothing and or weapons will be shot. 3. Whoever is aware of the existence of any rebel groups or even lone rebels without reporting them will be shot.
Нормально.
Italian workers in Germany. The following rules are in place for workers who voluntarily work in Germany. A commitment of a maximum period of 1 year before returning to Italy. War rages on the Eastern Front. An attack launched by the Soviets after hours of cannonade. The fight on this front has been going on for a long time. Fighting in Normandy. Victorious Germanic counterattack on the road from Perriers to Carentan. Pont Heber reconquered north of Saint-Lô. Many US losses caused by the flying bomb action. The Superior Commander of the German Federal Armed Forces announces
Проявить пленку. Марта тоже должна была быть в такой жаре, блять. Что это?
The end of a relationship. It's very clear, but my plans will be successful. I only need to know what these plans are. Done. It would be nice to have you always by my side, even if it's just a picture.
Бля, тормоза пиздецовые, конечно. Я хуею, оптимизации вообще нету. Пиздец. Это вообще крайне ненормально, нахрен такое. Просто трешатина какая-то. Ну. Что это?
A lens and a roll of infrared film. They can photograph what the naked eye cannot see. With this lens, I can shoot very close up. Red filter for super high contrast photos. Orange filter. When there is fog, it improves the image by giving it some contrast. Blue filter. Ideal for indoor photos. This lens increases the framed area. It allows me to fit more into the image. With this lens, everything gets bigger. I have to be careful and keep the volume down as I listen. I must go unnoticed. I am meant to be deaf after all.
Ready? Julia? You ready?
Sure, Daddy. I'm good to start.
I've already started recording.
No, my voice will sound awful.
No way, come on. Didn't you want to study singing anyway?
No, I was young and stupid when I said that.
Okay. Ready?
Go. Oh, how nice. It's the rehearsal for last week's concert. I never heard the recording. But I was right, my voice is awful. Cannot be called singing. Anyway, it's time I develop these film roles. I can't wait any longer. I wish I could just stop time. These images could change everything. I cannot bear the fact that I may have hurt Martha. I would rather die. Damn my head and these memory lapses. It's such a pain not remembering. It's like getting lost inside yourself.
Каска, вот это что за хуйня? Ну, давайте начнем с этого.
A photograph is both the present and the past, like a dead body. I don't know what I'm expecting. Maybe it's silly to think you can capture the soul of someone who has died. Her face can't tell me anything anymore. I know that, really. Her lack of expression scares me. I don't even know whether to keep this blank photo with me or just throw it away. Here I was running toward the pier, just as I remember.
Тут ничего нет.
Yes, I've undressed and I'm about to dive in. This matches my memory. I'm carrying Martha to shore. I'm trying to save her. My memories, although fuzzy, do match reality. I feel a little better. Now I can find out who really hurt Martha. Maybe I should meet with the White Lady. She might be able to tell me something. Is this crazy talk? Yes, definitely. But what's normal about any of this? Maybe you have to be a little crazy to get anything done.
Так. Отправиться к озеру опять. Ну, фризы, конечно, я-то вообще в шоке просто, блядь. И тормоза, вот эти вот фризы, я не знаю, что-то ненормальное творится, блядь. Конечно. Да. Вот, сейчас вот видите, вот прибавляется FPS постепенно, вот 51-47. Да. Вот, смотрите, 77 кадров уже. 76. О, глядите. Там что, могилы здесь чья-то или что? Или просто крест стоит? К чему бы это? «68 кадров, 72, блять, до этого было 15, 13, 70, 72 кадра, вот. Вот здесь нормально. Три- 28 кадров.
Hey! Vorwärts! Hier! Sie sind da lang! Verdammt! Los! Laufen!
Пиздец, дропается
What is
FPS.
going on here? What are the soldiers doing? It's dangerous, I know, but I want to follow them and see what's happening.
Охренеть, конечно.
Verdammt!
48, 55 кадров, 62, 71. Ну, то есть, ну, видите, это просто, ну, я не знаю, что это творится, но это жесть полная. О, что там? А чё у него ног нету? Что такое?
Oh God, please no. Lapo, my dear friend. What have they done to you? Your handkerchief was the symbol of what you believed in. At least that is left of you. Dear Julia, are you surprised that I've addressed this to you and don't think you're dead? Everyone calls you Martha now, right? I know you too well. I can never understand why no one else can ever tell you apart. Not even your own mother and father. Martha is gone, and I cannot reconcile myself.
Что?
Du hast ein Mädchen erschossen, du Idiot. Scheiße, scheiße, scheiße. Was machen wir jetzt?
Sieh mal, was sie um ihren Hals hat. Sie ist eine von ihnen. Es musste getan werden.
Sie ist die Tochter von General Erich K., du verdammter Trottel. Sie war die Freundin von diesem armen Kerl. Oh, verdammt, jetzt sind wir wirklich am Arsch.
Scheiße. Lass uns abhauen. Aber sie lebt noch.
Sie liegt im Sterben. Siehst du, wo du sie getroffen hast? Sie ist bestimmt schon tot. Wir müssen jetzt abhauen, sonst sind wir auch bald tot.
I'm dying, I thought. But strangely enough, I wasn't afraid. In fact, I was almost relieved. When I returned, I found myself once again in the midst of a bad dream. One whose meaning I did not understand at the time. I give you back your words. 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 Now I see the past. Now I see. Now I see. Now I see. Now I see.
Two sisters were destined to die. Julia, the first sister, and Martha, the second. On Julia's day of departing, identical twins stood before me, impossible to tell apart. They questioned my presence, since they were still so young. Julia must come with me, I demanded. But they both claimed to be Martha. I explained that Martha's fate was soon to be the same, and their games were useless. I didn't have time for it. The war was keeping me busy. But they didn't concede, and instead kept insisting. Can we follow you together? No, impossible. Are you sure Martha will die too? Nothing is certain in wartime. What if the wrong person went with you? Then you would have cheated death. One would die unjustly, and the other would simply be delaying her fate. They discussed amongst themselves, then hugged before one of them came forward. She stared in a determined, almost threatening manner. I guessed it was Martha sacrificing herself, giving more time to her sister. But I stayed silent, not to reveal their failed deception. No one lies to the face of their own death. So I asked how their choice was reached. We drew lots by throwing a medallion, she said quietly. They had trusted in fate. Oh, how naive they were. They knew fate plays by its own rules, which is true, but it is also my ally. Fate never would have allowed the wrong girl to follow me. In that case, my work was done. She must have been Julia. However, little to my knowledge at the time, that blasted medallion had the same name engraved on both sides. Martha's. So, my first assumption was correct. They were too damned smart, and had fooled both fate and me. One thing is for sure. I'll put things back where they belong. I will correct my ignorance and give fate back its blindfold.
Damn, this hurts so bad. I can hardly breathe.
Так, цель обновлена. Газета.
No, my bag is not here. My diary. Lapo's letter. Here's the whole family together.
How is she?
A very rare thing
How
indeed.
is my daughter? Please, doctor. Please give me good news.
It's a miracle she's alive, Eric, but she will be all right.
I would like to spend a moment with my sister, just me and her alone, before people arrive for the funeral and then take her away.
The bullet passed right by her heart and exited her chest. Unbelievably, it missed her lungs, spine, and heart. She could have been paralyzed or died. But thankfully, she's fine. I examined her thoroughly. She didn't even lose that much blood. She was lucky. And you were lucky, so to speak.
She was lucky that my wife went for a walk in the woods. Otherwise...
Otherwise, she would have bled to death, yes.
I don't know what to say. All of this. It's too much. So much death and suffering. Nothing more.
Don't worry, Eric. She's young, so she'll recover quickly. I'll be here all day anyway.
Thank you, Doctor, for everything. Do you mind coming with me to pick my wife up from the cemetery? The funeral will start soon in the chapel.
Of course not. Lead the way.
You know, with all of these preparations for the funeral, Irina wants everything to be perfect. It's her way of coping, so she doesn't have to think about everything going on. She is a woman who has suffered so much. Maybe
Our beautiful home. In spite of everything, I prefer being here. I'm already dressed. There's my bag. Thank God. Let's hope Lapo's letter is in there. Dear Julia, are you surprised that I've addressed this to you and don't think you're dead? Everyone calls you Martha now, right? I know you too well. I can never understand why no one else can ever tell you apart. Not even your own mother and father. Martha is gone, and I cannot reconcile myself to that fact. I have to stay hidden, and sadly I can't run to you. Even if I would love nothing more than to hold you tight and cry together. No words. I just want to be close to you. Can we meet in the barn tonight? I will try my best to be there around midnight. Don't be alarmed, but if things get ugly, please remember this number, 6934. He knew he was in serious danger, but what about the letter? I had it in my hand when the soldiers ran off. Mummy found me, and if she's read it, well, she hates Lapo, and now she must know who I am. No, she probably would have left me there to die. She'd rather have no daughter than the wrong one. Before I passed out, I must have put it back in my bag. There is no other explanation. I have to see beyond appearances. There are those who betray me and speak ill of me, but someone will know how to give me the right advice. July 19th. I retrieved the cameras at the lake, but I had convinced myself that I was the one who had hurt Martha. So much so that when I had the rolls with me on the way home, I found myself in another horrible dream. I don't even remember going to sleep. As soon as I woke up, I developed the film. The photos confirmed to me that my memory of that night was correct. It was a great relief. I have decided to go back to the lake in an attempt to communicate with the White Lady. I know it's a crazy thought, but I can't get it out of my head. I need to know what happened to Martha, so I must pursue every possible avenue, even the path of insanity.
Violence against citizens continues in La Romola, and once again General K's family has come under fire. Now it is the life of her sister, Martha, that is in danger. The blow from the gunshot in her back could have killed her. It is only by the grace of God that the girl is alive. The anti-fascist political motive appears to be the only reason behind the cowardly act. The New Zealand troops are advancing slowly. After the Battle of Poggibonsi, on the 18th, they are still far from the Tavernelli Val di Pisa. The German resistance on the Tuscan hills has been exhausting for the invaders.
When it's not too sunny outside, the 200 ISO film works well. General Edict K. New rules on curfew and women's behavior. German command of S. Vincenzo Attori. Telephone number 1185.
Так, газета. Газету надо почитать. Прощаться с сестрой. Воспользоваться номером. Тут же телефон был, да? Да, но это не главный, что ли, или что это? Почему нельзя здесь набрать?
Attempted murder in La Romola. After the murder of Julia Kay, today her twin sister is the victim of another attempted murder. The condition of the young girl, found by the German troops, is no cause for concern. The political motive behind this is becoming all the more clear. But that's not what happened. It's all wrong. Mummy was the one who found me. The German soldiers shot me. Best to stay quiet. No one ever believes the truth. The Battle of Tuscany. German operations in the Livorno area. Extremely violent fighting in the streets of the city. Attempted murder in La Romola. After the murder of... Even in Florence, the war is beginning to be felt. Supplies are starting to run out. Bread may only last a few more days. Prices are rising dramatically. Meat can now be found for 100 to 140 lira per kilo. The gas has been cut and there is no coal. New ordinance ban on the use of bicycles. Over the last few days, cyclists have once again shot at members of the Italian armed forces and at civilians in the streets. The offenders will be punished in accordance with German martial law. Attempted murder in La Romola. After the murder of Julia Kay, today her twin sister is the victim of another attempted murder. The condition of the young girl, found by the German...
Понятненько.
I should pick up the phone but remain silent. If I let the caller speak first, I'll find out who it is.
Hello? Ma'am? Can you hear me? Is there somebody there? Mr. Eric?
It's the nanny. I can confide in her. Nanny? Hello, it's me.
What? Hello? Oh, my lord. I must be dreaming or something.
No, Nanny, you're not dreaming. It's really me, it's Julia.
Oh, my God. Julia, my little sparrow. How wonderful. Sorry, but I thought you were dead. I saw you lying there dead. This brings me so much joy that... Actually, you must explain to me, my little sparrow. What is happening?
I told Nanny everything that had happened. She was sad for Martha, of course, but very happy at the same time. I was the one she had a special bond with. I explained to her that I wanted to try and meet the White Lady, even if I knew it was a silly idea. But she didn't think I was a fool. Quite the opposite. She explained to me what I should do in an attempt to meet her. It was complicated. I noted everything down carefully in my diary. Who knows, maybe she did it only to keep me occupied, while deciding what to do with me and who to warn. I won't ever know, though, because that very same day, a bomb struck the villa and she died. They all died. We should have been in that house ourselves, but instead, poor Nanny. Bye, Nanny. I love you.
Goodbye, my darling. I thought I'd lost you. Be careful, my little sparrow.
Так, хорошо.
Now I know what must be done to meet the lady. Nanny has explained everything to me. I must try to meet her early in the morning when it is foggy, or all will have been in vain. That's what the legend says. This is what I need to do. 1. I must re-invoke her loss by putting her into contact with her lover. To do this, Nanny said to look for his grave in the woods, but there are so many. Daddy always said that infrared photos can see what the naked eye cannot. Maybe then they also see ghosts. There wouldn't be anything strange about that now, considering I'm trying to contact one after all. How crazy. 2. A part of me needs to enter her world. A lock of hair would work, so I'll need scissors to cut some off. 3. I will need an object that connects her world to mine. I don't know what to do for this yet. Hopefully something will come to mind when I least expect it. 4. To communicate with her, I will need to use my tarot cards. I will meet with the lady on the island where her lover was executed.
Понятненько. Все, тут теперь за место гроба стол стоит.
Martha was taken to the chapel for her funeral. I want to say goodbye to her alone before everyone arrives.
Угу. Шестьдесят 9:34. Давайте попробуем позвонить.
You've called this number. Damn, Lapo must be dead then. Rest in peace, fair comrade.
Yes, Lapo is dead. I am due...
No, don't talk. We don't need to know who you are. By calling this number, it means Lapo wanted you to complete his work. A telephone cable near the house of German General Erich K. has to be cut. One goes to the house, but there's another cable we suspect is connected to a secret base. That is the one that has to be cut. If you see any German vehicles around, let us know immediately. We won't use this number anymore. It's dangerous. Use a telegraph. That will be safer. I hope you know how to use them. Otherwise you'll have to come up with something. This is important. Frequency X. Before the message, telegraph "Town on fire" to identify yourself. Long live the homeland. Long live the liberation.
Should I sabotage the cable and become a spy? I don't know. My father is German. It would be like betraying him even though he himself hates this war. But what happened to Lapo and those guys? If I can save someone's life, maybe I should try. Or maybe I can talk to Daddy about it. He may be able to advise me on what to do. Don't even know the first thing about all this. What were you thinking, Lapo? I decided to tell my father everything. I loved him very much, so I couldn't do such a thing in secret. I didn't understand anything about these things. I would have acted without knowing what I was doing. Daddy told me to agree to their requests and report everything back to him. He implored me not to get myself into any trouble, like all fathers do. To cut the cable, I will need sharp scissors. Tailor scissors should be fine.
Так, 69:87.
Hello, Maria speaking. How may I help?
Выдать себе за подругу матери. Выдать себе за мать. Давайте.
Hello, Maria. It's Anna L., a close friend of Irene K.
Oh, yes. Irene spoke about you. How can I help?
Irene is making a dress for me, so I wanted to know whether she bought that beautiful and vibrant red and black fabric. I assume so.
I am sorry, madam, but I cannot give you that kind of information. Rene is a loyal customer, you see.
I understand perfectly, Maria. I'm only asking as I wanted to order a few meters of it for myself, without Irene feeling that she needs to sacrifice hers for me.
I'm sorry, Miss Anna, but unfortunately, we do not have any more of that fabric. We got more on order for Rene. I'm sorry.
Угу. 11,85.
I have no reason to call Daddy's command.
Ну, естественно.
What am I going to ask at the town hall?
Ну да. Логично. Так, дом Аттилио, 6938.
I have nothing to say to Don Attilio at the moment. Before speaking with him, I have to get a few things straight.
Хорошо, 6593.
Not now.
Ну ладно. Не сейчас, так не сейчас. Ой, блядь, тормоза. Вот, видите, в 70 кадров, блядь. А потом хренак. Вот. О, что это? О, тормоза какие-то.
Poor little one. He's dead. Poor little guy. His place is by Martha's side. Nanny always calls me Little Sparrow. This is the part of me that died with Martha. It'll be safe next to her. Here, Martha. This is my heart. Carry it with you. I'm starting to understand how painful your condition must have been. Not being able to properly communicate with anyone is becoming increasingly difficult. I envied you, but I did not see your suffering. I did not understand your courage. I miss you so much, Martha. I'm not worthy to dress in your clothes. There's only a few signatures for my funeral. If people had known that it was actually Martha, there would have been far more. I'm sorry that I took this from you too. Commune of San Casciano, Province of Florence. Death certificate. From the Register of Death Certificates of this commune, number 174, part 3, series 12 of the year 1944. It is certified that on the day of the 16th of July of the year 1944, Julia Kay has died, resident of Via Perchabaya, born in La Romola. On the 26th of February 1923, the daughter of General Erich Kay and Irene Kay, Don Attilio D. will give the funeral, and the esteemed Mr. Alberto M., who will look after the burial in the cemetery of La Romola. Telephone number 6537. The official state civil service. General Galeazzo T.
Who is it?
Hello, it's Irene Kay.
Yeah? Yeah, and what do you want from me?
I'm sorry to disturb you. I just wanted to know if I can come over to see you later today or tomorrow.
Of course not. Do not come looking for me anymore. Stop bothering me, you bitch.
He must be going crazy. I don't believe for 1 second that Mummy would let him treat her this way. Sheer madness.
Дальше что? Моя личная вещь. Запись в дневнике. Мне нужно что-то, что меняет ее мир с моим. Кабель связи. Перерезать провод. Ладно, хорошо. Вау, вот это да. Оптимизации нет, нихуя в игре. Да. Так, ладно. Телефонный провод. О, ой. Ой, тормозит, бля. Полный трэш. Что это такое?
A tripod is necessary to take photos with long exposures. I have found what I need to take infrared photos.
Угу. Смотрите. Какое-то новое место, да? Странное. Какая-то башня, дом какой-то разрушенный. Это не вот этот вот. Могила того челика, который тебе нужен. Так, возлюбленный, вот. Чтобы сократить духов и призраков, нужен туман. Чтобы снять прекрасную фотографию, вам понадобится особая пленка, штатив, которая тоже пригодится. Так, туман понадобится. Угу. И нужно что-то, чтобы менять ее мир своим. Так. Странная записка. Ну, газету-то понятно. Кабель связи. Найти ножницы, перерезать провод, найти телефонный столб.
My mother's tailor scissors.
Блин, картинка, конечно, пиздатая, но оптимизации нет. Вот. Все, конечно, очень красиво выглядит. Тени, вот эти все там, блин, все очень круто. Но вот эти дропы, блядь, то 70, то 150, то 15 кадров, то 3 кадра, блядь, это вообще это никуда не годится вообще абсолютно. Пиздец полнейший, конечно.
That raven is making a big fuss. Maybe it's the same raven that killed that poor sparrow.
Давай, где он там?
I hate bullying, yet it seemed as if the raven wanted to bring the little bird back to life.
Раз, блядь. Так. Так. Теперь... А что я должен сделать?
A German tank!
А, вот.
I have to report its location via the telegraph hidden near the cowshed. Daddy probably asked for a garrison after all that has happened. I should report its location via telegraph.
Да не буду я этого делать, ёпта. Точнее, ну как бы зачем? Представьте, это предательство какое.
This wire heads towards the house and then keeps going, so it must be the right one.
А когда я взбирался, танка этого не было, лол. Что самое интересное. Дальше-то что? Что я должен здесь увидеть теперь? А, вот, слезть.
Now all that remains is to go to the telegraph near the barns. Dress. It's made from the same fabric I found a shred of next to the lake. In fact, it is torn. It must be my mother's. My goodness. I started to suspect that Mummy could have been involved in Martha's murder. Lost in these thoughts, hours passed, and I completely forgot about the funeral. When I realized it was evening, they were already carrying the coffin towards the
тормоза.
cemetery. She never loved me, I knew that well, but I would never have believed that. Had it been her? When the funeral ended, I felt an irresistible urge to play. I loved music. I started playing without thinking about the possible consequences. I didn't care anymore. I needed to feel alive, to exist again.
What's going on here? Julia? Is that you? No, it's not possible. Martha's never played. She's deaf, yet no. This is madness. My God. So, Martha? I understand now. You can get all of the attention, right? You were jealous, weren't you? Because she was a wonderful girl and you're just a useless little slut. How did you manage to convince her? I get it now. But she talked to me. No. It doesn't make sense. I will have you locked up in an asylum. You hear? That's enough. You will pay for what you've done, you cursed lunatic. They will torture you to reveal the monsters in your head.
Her words were as sharp as blades. I tried to tell her that it wasn't me. I showed her the photos I developed that proved my innocence. But she grew all the more angry, calling me crazy, and then she began to hit me with everything she had at hand. I closed my eyes as more darkness began to take over in me. Memories came flooding back. Not memories of actual past events, but more so of feelings. Feelings I had when I was little. They were scary. They were the fears of a little girl. Despite what had happened, I went walking in the woods early the next morning to meet the lady. The evening before, my father had tried desperately to console me.
Talk to me, Julia. You know I love you. I just want to understand what happened. I am happy you are alive. Even if we have lost Martha, your mother was just in shock. She didn't want to hurt you.
Ну, блин, графон, конечно, на уровне, на уровне.
I don't know what I'm hoping to find, but what else can I do? I will hopefully see if one of these graves is hiding something. I hope that the infrared film will show me. will succeed in the end. I'm going to enjoy what I deserve. But uncertainty and resistance to change are making my life very difficult.
Так. Вот отсюда надо. Угу. Так. Вот. Ой, блядь. Так. Что там дальше у нас? Возлюбленный. Так. Моя личная вещь. Окей. Довольно-таки интересно. Ух ты, ёпта, а что это
What
такое?
is this place? This never used to be here.
Да, и правда. Укрытие каких-то этих, что
Another
ли?
entrance, maybe?
Укрытие партизан, что ли, каких-то. Блядь, да что же так тормозить-то, блядь, сука. Ебучая, блядь. Мерцают текстуры.
As revenge, the oppressed people grab the slaughterer by the throat. Adolf Hitler, the Italian Communist Party. Revenge for Lapo.
Угу. Тут он куда бежал, типа мина была, наверное, да? У него ж там ноги оторвало нахер. Вот здесь, кстати, особо не тормозит в лесу. Тормозит у дома. Пиздец сильно, а тут нормально. Ну, относительно, скажем так. Да, тоже бывает фризы вот эти все это бывает, да. Но, тем не менее, гораздо лучше, чем, скажем так, гораздо лучше, чем у дома у этого. Что там? Что, блядь? А, вот.
My dress. It could be the element that links my world with that of the lady. It has been here for a few days, in a place that is both mine and hers.
Что там дальше? Возлюбленный. Проявить фотографию. Кабель связи. Найти телеграф. Найти кабель связи. Ну, поехали, ёптать.